Hello, everyone, and welcome to Parents Making an Investment. Today, I want to share with you and talk about planning in order to invest. And what do I mean by planning in order to invest? Well, just like how the summer is upon us right now, how many of us as parents planned for our children's summer break? And I'm talking from even before summer started. What plans did you put in place? You could more than welcome to share that information on the comments below to help other parents as well. And I know that there are parents too that don't feel that this is important as far as planning, and they're pretty much an in the moment type of person, and you usually may be more spontaneous. Your lifestyle may be more spontaneous. But sometimes when it comes to children, in order for us to invest, we do have to plan for that to happen. And so it also, not just the big ways, because I've shared on other blogs as well about investing in our kids financially and for their future. And then I also shared, teaching your children to invest in themselves as well, not only for now, but for their future as well. But now, when it's just right here and now, and it's just in the little ways, how do we invest in our children, or how do we plan in order to invest in them? And so before summer started, what I try to do is to think about what I want out of the summer break for my children, whether it be academically, whether it be places to go, whether it be even a vacation. And I know even us as parents, single parents, grandparents, we plan our vacation time, and we plan it before it actually happened by requesting that time off. But when it comes to our children, we don't think that we have to apply that same mindset. But yes, we do, because our children know when we don't have a plan. And sometimes their behavior will change because they realize that we don't have a plan. And so they just start going haywire sometimes. I've experienced that myself as a parent when I have not planned for my children, that they can sense that there is no structure in place. So then to them, it's like a free for all, and they behave that way. So I look ahead of summer and have set goals of what I want my children to gain in that summer, and also where we want to go and what the experience I would like for them to have. Some of them are spontaneous, and but some of them are planned. And I find that when I have a plan, I'm better in investing in them. There's better opportunities to make an investment because that plan is in place. And so I just wanted to share with you today that even before summer starts around, whether my child is going to be going to a summer camp. And when I was a single parent, I had to plan that way because I was a single parent and because I worked full time. So that meant that my child would be off for the entire summer when school starts. Then I would have to have that plan in place already. And how I would do that is also plan financially in order to invest in my child. So that way, he wasn't just sitting in the house all summer long and just watching TV and playing games, but also that there was the academic piece. So I would look for classes that he could take, whether it was at a local high school. And believe it or not, even though he was in high school, there were high schools that offer classes that children can take, like swimming class or even like a sports camp. I got him into a sports camp, and he was in grammar school. And this was at my local high school, and they offered a 2-week sports camp from 9 a.m. to noon. So those are the kind of planning I'm referring to when I said plan in order to invest. And in order to make sure that he was learning at the same time. That was something I had to plan from the beginning of the school year, during the school year before summer actually came into being. And so I would do that and apply and also save as a single parent because you don't have a lot of baskets to put your finances in. So then I would take a little bit at a time and save up from the beginning of that school year, so that way by the end of the school year then I have the money, so that way I can invest in him and I could plan in order to invest in him. So I would have that money there. And then also I would, even if I wanted him to go to camp, because my son went to camp a lot. He went to camp practically almost every summer from when he started kindergarten, probably close to like fourth or fifth grade. He enjoyed camp, but you also have to be financially, stable to be able to send your kids to camp. Because mind you, camp these days is like paying a mortgage. And so I put that money aside so that way I could be able to invest in knowing that my child was interested in camp, and he built relationships while he was at camp. He went on so many different outings when he was at camp. He did so many things in and around Chicago that I had never done. So many places that he had went to because I took advantage of saving up. And this was the way that I invested in him, is by making sure that he had those opportunities, that he wasn't just sitting at home, but he had the opportunities to explore Chicago and to learn about the history of Chicago at an early age. And so this is why I'm imploring us as parents to and encouraging you to plan in order to invest. And there's so much that my son knows now about where he lives because of him going to camp, and also because I saved up that money so this way he would have that opportunity. And it was from me putting that little aside. And yes, that meant I had to sacrifice some things for me. I did. The truth be told, there were some days because I enjoyed pamper myself. So every 2 weeks, I would go to the hairdresser and she would wash my hair. And I knew how to wash my own hair, but I just love to pamper myself, get my nails done. I would drive far to go get my nails done and all these things that I did for me. But at some point, I had to also draw back the reins and realize that I also need to make that sacrifice too, to invest in my child, because I wanted my child to be engaged and to build relationship and not just be sitting at home. And so therefore, the times that I could have been using that money to get my hair washed at the salon, I washed my hair myself. And that $40 then went to putting it aside so that way I could save up for my child to go to camp. And then also to save up for him to, I do like activities. So I would also get him into like summer school and pay for these summer school program, not because my child was academically challenged or academically behind. He wasn't. But I did let him do things in summer school, like learn keyboarding, just to familiarize himself with computer. He did like a sports. They taught like 8 different sports, basic skills in 8 different sports throughout the summer school program. So there were other things and a cooking class. So there were other things that I signed my child up for because I wanted him to not just be sitting at home, and I didn't want him to fall behind. So yes, he also had like just a basic like reading class or a math class, something to keep him afloat as well academically. And so what I'm imploring you today as parents and us as parents is plan in order to invest in our kids. financially plan in order to invest in our kids. Set aside the time. And so even if you have to start from the year before, so that way you can invest in your child for the summer, plan. And also, I know sometimes we don't want to think about school. We don't want to think about the next school year because it's the summer and I just want my kids to enjoy summer. I just want to enjoy the summer break as myself as parents. But in order for us to invest in our children, we do have to think about those months to come. And how can we plan for those months to come? How can we plan so they go in the classroom not worried about what they have, what they don't have, like for instance, school supplies. Believe it or not, our children think about that. When they go in the class, do I have my own school supplies? Do I have my notebooks? Do I have the material I'm going to need to start school and to start out smoothly? And so some of the times I observe it when I go even to Walmart. And some of the times we have those last minute parents shopping for school supplies and can't find all the materials. But what I did, even before summer started, I took advantage of ordering my children's school supplies before school, before summer started. So do I think about their school supplies during summer? No, because why? I planned before that. So I've already taken care of their school supplies. So when school starts and the first day of school, their school supplies will be available for them. And so this is what I'm saying to us as parents. If you're doing this, continue to do it because it simplifies your life as a parent and it also de-stresses your children. It helps them to not have to worry about these things because believe it or not, our children worry about these things. They think about these things. They might not even voice it, but I remember being a child and thinking about that because that was embarrassing for me. Embarrassing for me to not have new clothes on the first day of school or the beginning of the new school year. Embarrassing for me to not have my proper books and notebooks and I don't have to borrow and the teacher don't have to give it to me secretly. Those are moments that I went through. And so I try to not want my children to live out those experiences because they are stressors. They are stressors and our children do think about these things. And so today I'm encouraging all the parents, wherever you are, single parent, grandparents taking care of your grandchildren, guardians, supporting adults that are taking care of other children. Just plan in order to invest and start now. I know that sometimes we don't want to think about these things, but the sooner you do it, the more time you have and the better it is for the children to just ease their way into the next phase of life and to be able to transition into that next space and place that they need to be in. So I hope this is helpful. And I also want to invite you as well. If you need any assistance in this area, please reach out to me at Janelle Stewart Janelle Stewart at parentsmakinganinvestment.com. That is my email. And then also I have a contact number as well down below. So you can contact me if you have any questions. I do consultation. The first consultation is free. So you can reach out to me at Janelle Stewart at parentsmakinganinvestment.com. And then also at 847-230-4242. I believe that's the number, 847-230-4242. If you have any questions and you'd like to reach out to me personally and you need some guidance or even some coaching and consulting, I'm here for you so that way we can grow together and that way our children can be confident and they can grow as well. So let's continue to plan in order to invest in them. Take care.